number 14 car also came down. We told you he took 4 tires and fuel. David has just gotten on the radio and said he wants a little bit of wedge taken out of the car on the next stop. Ralph?
I talked to crew chief Bono Mannion for Martin Truex.
Up trouble just in front of the leaders. Look out. Bowyer snuck through. Paul Wolfe in the 40 got turned around along with Boston Reed in that pack of cars. Leader Clint Bowyer was trying to negotiate through.
We talked about patience.
Yep.
But you've got the leader bearing down on you. You've got to go. And if someone's holding you up, you just simply got to try to move them out of the way or whatever it takes to get by. See if we can see what happened to the 40 car. Here we see Bowyer, the leader in the 2, and there we see Brent Sherman in the 10 gets into Boston Reed. They've checked up because of Paul Wolfe in the 40 having spun and backed in the wall.
They get that right front fender on the 2 car a little bit. Did Sherman, when the 10 car spun, did he get that fender? Yeah, look at it. Is there some damage there?
I don't know. Let's see. I guess he did. There seemed to be some contact between the 2.
Yeah, let's check this out.
All right, the 10 car turns sideways in front of him, and sure looks like, yes, there is contact between the 10 and 2. Ralph?
Well, that is definitely something they are talking about. In fact, it was the first thing that Clint Bowyer said over the radio when they were talking about what they were going to do to the car during this pit stop. He said, make sure you check that right front fender. I need to know if this car is okay. So that is the first thing you're going to do. The crew's up on the wall. They'll be coming down pit lane here in just a second.
What's the 41 saying, Lindsay?
The 41 isn't really saying anything because, like I told you guys before, he's very, very quiet when he gets very focused. He's obviously doing well trying to gain that position. This is somebody that you see at every race here for Reed. This is Reed's father. I just asked him, you know, how have you seen that Reed has changed? And he told me that getting the chance to run with all these veterans and gaining their respect is the main thing that really impacts Reed. And he says running with guys like Martin Truex, Clint Bowyer, Carl Edwards, all these great teams, it's really teaching him how to race. Guys.
Wow. Truex has got his work cut up short enough trouble.
Tracy Hines. That's turn 4. Caution flags out. We were about to say that Martin Truex was getting into some heavy race traffic, but just as he caught the big pack of traffic, the pace car is going to pick him up and let that traffic go back around.
So it looks like the last 20 or 25 laps of this race, the track will be pretty clean in front of the leader, Martin Truex Jr.
That's tough for Tracy Hines. He was having a good night.
It sure is.
Just bragging on him a couple minutes ago.
Yeah.
Well, if I spun around and had to lock the brakes up, I might want a fresh set of tires.
See what happens.
Uh-oh.
Oh, wow. And around he goes.
Going racing with 20 laps to go in tonight's Kroger 200 at Indianapolis Raceway Park. Big crowd sitting through an hour rain delay, and now seeing if Martin Truex Jr. can hold off Clint Bowyer to the checkers. Whoa, back in the pack.
Paul Menard tried to get on the outside of David Green, the 27. They made a little contact, and Menard goes up and hits the outside retaining wall in that 11.
I think that started in front of them, BP. It looked like Reed Sorensen spun his tires when he jumped on the gas and grabbed the gear, and the little accordion back might have contributed to that. That's tight. Denny Hamlin around Blake Feast. There you see Tracy Hines in the 6, who, by the way, did end up hitting under that caution.
That's because he was the last.
Oh, big trouble. Turn 2. Cars around in smoke. Tony Stewart has gone for the daily double. Got Tim Sauter around in the 56 car. Boston Reed in the 57. The 52 car, that's Doug Holsel.
Tim Sauter got some pretty doggone good damage to the back of that car.
Yes, sir.
Oh, the left rear tire is gone. Man, someone must have knocked that tire off the rim.
Oh, and Carl Edwards got a piece of it.
Carl Edwards made a pit stop, running ninth, decided to come in and change tires on that caution flag. Why did he do that, Ralph? You know?
Yeah, gonna need to do some work on that.
Right front tire looks to be flat. Let's see. See, the 56 car goes up and just runs in the back of Tony Stewart. And it's Carl Edwards that knocked the left rear tire off of Tim Sauter's car.
And we come down to 5 laps to go.
See a battle for the 7th position. David Green 27, Bernard in 11th. Johnny Sauter in 1, and there we see Mike Wallace in 64.
Trouble, car on the wall, turn 4, Tyler Walker.
Man, what a day it's been for this team.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see the frustration there, chucking that steering wheel up onto the dashboard. That's too bad. Engine failure on their 2nd lap of qualifying earlier today, and the crew thrashed around to get that thing installed, rolled the car out onto the grid while they were singing the national anthem. That's how close they cut it to being able to get into the race. And for Tyler, his night comes to an end in a way he did not hope for.